were just a bunch of kids hanging out, playing music in the village. We came over to this apartment where we were staying with our friends. He sat down on the couch and he played all the songs off of Freewheeling for us in the living room. You know, he's sitting there and he goes, oh, there's another one, Blowing in the Wind. You know, he played all those songs. He sat there and he played them all for us. So we kind of met him before he was anybody, you know.
Nashville, known worldwide as a serious music city. We say, would it kill you to laugh a little?
Coming to you from Nashville, Tennessee, it's live from Little Hollywood.
Featuring Caitlin Cannon, Alice Wallace, Gina Barabash, Stuffy Schmidt.
This week's guests, singer-songwriter John Byrd and East Nashville folk duo Michael and Nell. And now your hosts, Scot Sax and Gina Frary Bacon.
It never gets old.
It doesn't get old.
It's like
that part's fun.
Applause and sex.
It's really
never
fun.
get old.
I kind of wish that went on a little longer, you know.
Exactly.
You do that
Again,
thing
applause
where, like,
and
you
sex.
raise your hand and they, you know, that person who warms up the audience has so much power. They go out and raise their hand. Everybody claps. They go like this. Everybody quiets down.
I know. That would be good if we could combine the applause person when having sex. You know, like, come on, yeah, keep it going. You know, keep it going.
I don't know.
You know,
Performance anxiety is a
settle
thing.
in.
That's a lot of pressure.
How would you know? It's totally true. Oh, God. Well, I love our awkward beginnings. Who are we and why are we, Gina?
Well, this is live from Little Hollywood. That's Scott. I'm Gina.
And you often want to tell people what Little Hollywood is, and I interrupt you.
I do. I never get the chance. You said I was off topic. Well, that led to a whole thing.
All right, get on topic.
Little Hollywood is a neighborhood in East Nashville, Tennessee, and it's named that because of all the little stucco houses. But it just happens to have a high concentration of really creative people like yourself and a lot of our guests.
And I don't know if you saw, I found out that they actually started calling it Little Hollywood like 50 years ago.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's like not a new like kitschy thing. And we'll run that right now. I'll show you.
This particular pocket of Mediterranean charm nestled in East Nashville stretches back to the 1920s and a man named Church Sexton. In the 1930s, Sexton and his brothers started building home after home in this vernacular Spanish style. There are odd little doors that even from the outside evoke twisting interior passageways and stealthy shortcuts. It's easy to picture Mary Pickford minding a drinks cart for Douglas Fairbanks and friends. The larger hacienda-style houses tend to be bright white. Smaller homes are a panoply of colors, corals, and bright pinks. A mailbox stands on a pair of rather sexy mannequin legs. And the corner of Lakehurst and Ordway, a sign positioned in front of a well-manicured formal garden, complete with arbor and water features, welcomes passers-by to Little Hollywood. And the sun starts to set on Old Spain.
Gina Lola Bridget. Hey, wasn't there a name Gina Lola Brigida?
There was an Italian actress.
Was she like the poor man or rich man Sophia Loren?
Oh, maybe Rich Man's?
Yeah.
She was classy, I think.
Off topic.
Yeah.
We're also talking about starting a thing called the Wiggle Room.
The Wiggle Room.
Yeah, where it's not like it sounds. It's just like, you know, Gina has a little bit of wiggle room today.
I usually have a hard out. Sometimes I have some wiggle room.
Yeah, hard outs
It
and
all
wiggle
sounds
rooms.
awful.
It really does.
It really does. Put the right kind of music behind all that and see.
Gina, let's. Isn't it time?
It's time for one of our favorite segments.
Free
Range.
Pickens. Let's start with our first one. I see a boot, and it's a one boot.
Lost one boot. Fell out of his car. He doesn't know where. He's looking for the boot. And you know what? I have done this. I'm
missing a sneaker, actually. I was about to make fun of this person.
It happens. And I know exactly where I lost it. I went to the Sound Emporium. I was dog sitting, and it was pouring rain. And Crystal Bowersox was doing a recording, and she invited a lot of people to come. And somehow, getting out of my car, rushing in, I got back home, and I was missing one of my rain boots. I know it's in the parking lot of the Music Emporium, but
How long ago is it? Like, should we go now?
So it was like 5 years ago, and I've never forgotten it. I still have the single boot, hoping that maybe one day it'll turn up.
I think that should go in the missed connections.
Missed connections.
Like missed footwear connections.
Footwear connections.
You know, maybe all the people with single shoes a single shoes bar. A single shoes bar. And they all go. And they just wear their one shoe.
That's a cartoon in the making there.
Yeah.
You know, you see that a lot on the side of the road. You'll see a sneaker in the middle of the highway by the median and wonder how that got there. Do people chuck it out the window or was
Yeah.
it from an accident? Nobody knows.
Right. Was it murder or stupidity? Was it murder or just...
Or like a mean big brother.
Oh, that is mean.
Yeah, that would be mean.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we wish
I hope you find your boot.
the one-booted cowboy luck. A lot of luck.
Small talk at a sex change waiting room. There we go. So, have you ever been abroad?
Like the further ago something happened, the more we respect it as like, oh, well, that's for real. And that's why
That's
like
true.
religion is so huge.
Authenticity.
It's just so long ago. It must have been.
It's hard to argue with something that's
real.
been around for thousands of years or deconstruct it or
Yeah,
disprove it.
it is. It's also stupid. It's like they're just like, well, you know, like God must be up there because I don't know, it's really far up there, and that thing is for real because it happened to really like whatever you can't see or experience is respected.
Yeah, that's true. Or feared because
Or
you don't know any
feared.
better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, fear-based. We should start a new fear-based religion.
Aren't they all? I thought they all were. We need one more.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess
Fear
they
and
are.
guilt and what are the
Yeah.
other things?
I don't know. I don't subscribe to any of them.
I don't either. Subscribe or subscribe.
Speaking of subscribing, subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Oh yeah, good idea.
The
Good
closest
advice.
to religion for me is John Paul
Is that
George
a
and Ringo.
mosquito? It's February.
I've been getting bit. My back is swollen. Well, let's talk about our guests. Speaking of swollen backs.
We have great guests today who I found out just now when they saw each other. They know each other. They go way back.
That's amazing.
Michael and Nell are here, folk singers, protest songwriters from the neighborhood.
Yeah. That's what's good about being a protest singer. It's always going to be relevant.
That's true.
You got to
There's
pick something that's not in danger of ending soon.
always something to protest.
Yeah, I'm going to start writing songs about racism. Did I say all that?
You did
out loud
say it
just
out
now?
loud.
Okay.
What is that thing?
We'll hire an assistant editor, yeah? Okay.
What is that thing they call it? Those thoughts you have that you're not supposed to say out loud.
Scot Sax.
Do you ever forget which side of net neutrality you're on?
I mean, who even picked the name Predators, Nashville Predators? I mean, when you think about it, Predators in this hashtag Me Too era, don't you think that's an unfortunate name?
Can you believe this whole tax thing? I can't even believe what's going on right now.
You afraid of living in a police state?
What do you think?
I don't know.
I just can't find the words no more.
And they say, oh, it's a professional construction company doing it. And then I look at the people that
Can't even remember what they're for.
Satoshi Nakamoto. Maybe I'm Satoshi Nakamoto. Maybe I started cryptocurrency.
No one listens, so I think I'll give it a rest.
Bitcoin has gone up like crazy. What do you think?
Yoko Ono said it the best when she said,
You know, I've heard the United States was founded by the brightest people in the country, and we haven't seen them since.
You can string anything together, you know.
The other thing that I just can't believe is,
Be eloquent, that's what I meant. But where does it go?
does he not have a bleeding heart when he thinks about the polar ice caps
Sometimes it ain't worth using your intellect.
grab onto and just drowning? What do you think?
Yoko Ono said it the best when she said, Do me a
favor and please keep your mouth shut.
He's my favorite comedian.
Right.
It's like, can I still, like, I would reference
To convey something coming from my
and try to pass
gut.
them off as my own.
Yeah.
But can I do that anymore?
I mean, I say no. So
What
what do you
it's
think?
such a mess. Anyway, I think Yoko Ono said it best.
That's how you.
And we also have John Byrd with us today. We're going to talk to him and hear a little bit of music.
We'll be right back. Let me take a look at your nail. Turn around.
Yeah.
Huh.
See, it's I mean,
Nice cuticles.
thank you.
Up, here we go.
That a bottle clenching thing? Actually, wait, do it one more time and I'll show you a trick I did. Do that one more time. I'll tell you when. Hold on. The sound you made. Ready? Go. Okay. And it's easy. Guitar. You just have to think of it in
Basic terms.
Yeah, basic terms. We call this the white knuckle plane ride. Okay, so you're just gonna, grip. Okay, yeah. Turbulence. That's good. Hailing a cab. Okay, that's where your thumb up. Yeah, we're hailing a cab. Yep, hailing a cab. Yeah. Okay, don't play. I'm just gonna show you. Give that nun the finger. Give it. You're a folk duo. And starting. When did you start folking it up?
Well, we're old enough to have go back to the, original folk era.
Yes.
And the thing about doing folk music is you can kind of say what you want to say. You know what I mean?
That's the beautiful
And we
thing.
like
Have you
that.
done that all along? Do you get a lot of the shut up and sing people?
No, because if they come to see us, they know what they're going to get.
That thing is so bizarre. It's like, wait a second. So, because if my job is of a thinking and feeling thing, I shouldn't talk about politics or anything.
Yeah, things that
But
matter.
your job, you run a copy machine. It's at FedEx, and you can talk. Okay, that makes no sense. I don't like anyone telling anyone what to do, unless it's like, don't kill people. But like, So you're a rebel. Are you both equally rebellious? You don't look rebellious.
I don't feel rebellious. We just kind of tell the truth as we see it.
Well, that's
in
rebellious.
song.
Yeah.
Isn't it amazing that is seen as rebellious?
That is rebellious. I'm sorry.
But so when you think of friends or people that you went to school with, their lives for the most part are different as far as outspokenness.
Not the ones I went to school with.
Where did you go to school?
Oh, I went to Indiana University in the 60s.
Wait, this is a perfect example of why I want to talk show. Because if we were just at a party and she was saying that, Indiana
University.
Okay.
In Bloomington, Indiana. That's
It's like when you're at a supermarket. I have to interrupt you a second. You know, your supermarket, and they're like, "Would you like to carry the pan on today?" And I'm like, you know what? I know you've probably said that a million times, but I have no idea what you just said. Okay, go ahead. Indiana University.
Yes, School of Music there, which is one of the best schools in the world. But it was the 1960s, and there was a war going on.
So it was
the Vietnam War, and this guy right here was in Vietnam.
I was in it. Yep.
He got drafted when he was young, and that was the defining thing of our generation. And we raised a bunch of hell about it. And actually, the president of the university ended up quitting because of us. He was a military guy. He thought it was going to be a cush, big fraternity school, and then we came along.
So, Michael, you came home from Vietnam. Were you immediately just writing protest songs
No,
afterwards?
not at all. I was just sitting around playing the guitar and singing little songs here and there. I didn't get into writing for quite a while. And as far as protest songs, I've never really thought of myself as writing protest songs. Most of the songs that I've written that we play, I have written with Nell. And Nell is definitely the more radical of the two of us.
She seems so nice and calm.
But we did write a song that came out of both of our experiences called War Machine.
Okay.
And that That song came directly out of
What drew you though? I'm sorry, but I just want to know what drew you to write those kind of songs as opposed to more of a personal or entertaining
or folk
you know,
songs about nature and
or just
I write a lot of relationship songs.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, I've gone through a lot of relationships.
But you're drawn.
So I'm a lot of experience.
Cover your ears, Michael.
With relationships. So I do write a lot of stuff.
You must have there's a fire in you, and it's been in you for most of your life.
Yes, I grew up in a family that, well, I don't want to go into it all.
Go into it all.
Well,
Six seconds.
My family is, my father's Jewish. My grandfather came from Russia because of the pogroms. They were killing Jews.
Grandparents as well.
They were going to start to draft the Jews into the military. My grandfather said, "The hell with this. I'm going to America. I'm not going to fight for the czar," So I grew up in a family where, a lot of this was talked about at the dinner table all the time. So it comes very naturally,
Talking about what really is going on in the world. You weren't sheltered. You really knew what was up.
No, I was not. Now, Michael.
Well, I grew up in Newark, New Jersey, and I went to school there, high school. And
I did grow up in Newark, New Jersey.
You did?
My father did.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
If we figure out that they're brother and sister, it's going viral. Can you fake it? You look a little similar.
Fake what?
That you're brother and sister with the New Jersey thing. We're just looking for views.
Okay.
Money.
I'll figure it out.
Go ahead.
I'll figure it out when I get home.
Yeah. New Jersey.
Yeah, New Jersey. I left there as soon as I could. I didn't care for it, and I flew to San Francisco.
And that's where you met.
And I did care. No,
we
actually,
met
we met in Nashville. We basically both broke into an event, a songwriter award event, over the Lowe's Hotel on West End, and that's how we met.
At the event. Oh, you were singing your protest songs? You were singing your protest songs?
Well, I don't know if I
just hanging out.
Just hanging out. I don't think I was writing so much protest stuff, to begin with when I was writing back then.
Yeah.
Trying to write the big. I went to school, songwriting school in Los Angeles for 6 years before I moved here.
There's a real school, a songwriting school?
Oh my God, is there ever? Yeah.
What's it called?
Well, it's just a bunch of people that are trying to write the next big pop hit,
Yeah.
How do you write it?
You got to get back out there.
Yeah.
Time's ticking.
Scott mentioned before that you had some connection to Bob Dylan back in the day.
I did. I knew Bob Dylan, hung out with him.
And we're gonna, we're gonna show a clip because Michael and Nell, not to be confused with Nell and Michael, we have found out. That's a whole different, wouldn't that be horrible if it was like,
yeah.
Whoa. We did an interview where I was like, what? And it's an amazing story. So we're gonna show that right now.
We were just a bunch of kids hanging out, playing music in the village, and he was just starting to write. He was going over to see Woody Guthrie, who was in the hospital with Huntington's chorea. Woody was his hero, and he would go over there, and see Woody, and he was just starting to write. We just all hung out, and then I got pregnant with my daughter, and we had to leave, and David had to go back to college. And after my daughter was born, when she was about 3 months old, we went back to New York, and we saw Bob. We said, "Hey, come on over." So he came over to this apartment where we were staying with our friends. He sat down on the couch, and he played all the songs off of Freewheelin for us in the living room. He's sitting there and he goes, "Oh, there's another one, Blowing in the Wind." He played all those songs. He sat there and he played them all for us. So we kind of met him before he was anybody,
I had Matt Dillon play me a bunch of songs he wrote in his apartment once, but it wasn't such
Not quite the same.
not like a braggy thing.
Right. Yeah. Well, it was just one of those deals, we were kids. We were just kids. We were like 18, 19 years old, going out every night and playing, listen to each other. One thing I like to tell is that Bob Dylan turned me on to Hank Williams.
Oh.
Because I grew up in San Francisco. I don't know anything about Hank Williams. I heard his songs sung by Doris Day or,
Matt Dillon turned me on to Vanessa Williams. So.
Oh, okay.
Wait, if Bob Dylan turned me on to Hank Williams, I would have like one of those CNN scrolls on my belt, just telling people that. So wherever I was, I'd be like, "Fuck yous all," because fucking Bob Dylan turned me on to Hank Williams.
Let's get to
legitimate. let's talk about the real issues. What's the problem with fat and bald? Tell us about fat and bald.
He's
neither fat and he's not bald. He's not even in there.
That's one of your most popular songs?
It
Yeah,
is.
it is. It got played. It gets a lot of airplay in England for some reason.
Oh.
And I actually wrote it. It started out being a different song with that melody, and I never got too far with that songs, and it just kind of morphed into Fat and Bald because I was losing my hair, and I was had the usual young man's angst over losing my hair.
Sure.
And so what did I do? What's what songwriters do? Channeled it into a song.
Yeah, that's real-time writing. I love real-time writing.
And
It's one of our most popular songs, of course. Especially with certain audiences.
Is that because they can relate to it? Or?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Because we can look out there. These guys are gonna love Fat and Bald.
Perfect for the book.
Yeah.
For the book.
If you're fat and or bald, you're gonna love Michael and Nell. Come on, put your hands together if you can reach them.
Oh,
Yeah, we play
finally a song
play
for
the
my
song
people.
and watch guys laughing at each other and
Yeah.
in the audience.
I feel like people that are fat and bald are like a lot happier than people that have hair and that are skinny.
You're probably right.
Probably true.
I really do, because the skinny people with hair, they're very concerned of how they look, and they watch themselves. I mean, I'm jealous of people that are just like rubbing their belly, walking it. They're so proud. It's like Keith Moon.
You know what? I'll know if you're my brother for real.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, is
What-
there a test?
I got a couple questions to see if you can answer them.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
What was our favorite thing to do growing up?
Oh, it had to have been. Well, we did a lot of thumb wrestling.
Yep, that was it. All right. You want to give it a go? See if you really, because I'm going to know if it's really you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to throw thumbs?
Let's throw them down.
So, it's weird that it's weird to say. It's so wrong. Like if we were Christian, we'd be like, so as two Christians, that's nothing. But like, okay, so you're Jewish, I'm
Half
Jewish.
only half.
Oh,
My father.
which half?
Nice.
You got the good stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the intellect. Yeah, I think that's why Jews don't drink as much. They're more like pot smokers.
Yeah.
For real, because they're more like they trip out on like what it does to their brains.
Well, also, the Talmud, you have to sit there, you have
yeah.
to sit there and you have to study all this stuff. and
Yeah.
You have to debate it, and, it's like a whole
Yeah, there's a lot of shit you got to take
indoctrination
care
that you have to
of. I didn't even get a bar mitzvah. I haven't been a good Jewish person.
No,
But
I didn't either.
But I can shtick like a motherfucker.
Well, I grew up with the story that Jews are smarter. My mother was a school nurse in a high school in Newark, New Jersey that was largely Jewish and black. And she'd come home and tell me, those Jews are smart.
In a bad way,
They
she said
become
that.
doctors and lawyers and look at you.
But I think that's where part of the problem is, for real, is I think people in general, don't trust smart people. There's something, because they don't understand they don't understand them, and so they don't trust them, and they figure they're gonna screw us over, or they're jealous, but I think it's a trust thing.
I think there's a song in there.
Yeah, no, I just write fluff. I like.
We'll write it.
You want to write a song?
Okay. Well,
What
come
you-
back and play it for
Let's
us.
call it those goddamn smart Jewish people again.
Yeah.
And so we live in Nashville. To be Jewish in Nashville. Oh wait, so you're half Jew? Oh, hold on, because I told the census how many were. I said 11 Jews when I met. Now it's 10 and a half. 10 and a half live here now. Okay, change the sign. So being Jewish, yeah. Is it? How does that? What's the other half?
My mother was born in Finland.
Oh.
She was a Swede Finn.
A sweet Finn.
Oh, so if a bunch of Jewish people in a restaurant, the waitress would say, "Are you Finnish?"
Actually, on the airplane flying to Finland, at least one person asked us, "Do you speak English?"
Yeah.
Because
They thought we were.
They thought we were gypsies.
But he's full-blooded Portuguese, just so you know.
Oh, wow.
He's Portuguese.
Yeah, I have, like-
His family is very, very tight. He's got two sisters
Close
who
family.
married two brothers and his family are songwriters. I mean, they're Catholic, of course.
Of course.
I don't know how any of that works.
Such a beautiful language.
A lot of data. Does it say something in Portuguese?
I'll learn it someday.
Yeah.
Can you sing?
Generation.
Wait, do you ever sing folk songs in Portuguese?
No.
Okay.
I know 2 words.
What?
Linguiça.
Uh-huh.
It's Portuguese sausage. And mesa, which is bread.
That's all you need.
What about?
Perfect for being thrown in jail.
Yeah.
Give this Portuguese motherfucker some morguisa. What is it? Misa and hyphen Lagos. Lagos.
If I go to Portugal, I can eat. Maybe.
Yeah.
I'll just sit there like I know what I'm doing. Linguiça mesa, please.
I went to Europe. I was starving, and I just was so hungry. I just couldn't even see straight. And I wanted shrimp, and I didn't know how to say it. And then the one finally cut through. I just went. And they knew. I was like, I should have like a book. But now, what would you like to say to anything you want to? You were saying like, is it okay if we talk politics or?
Well,
I mean, I don't have a million years, but just give me a solid.
Our latest song.
Yeah, we have a new song. It's called "Moms for Liberty," and it's all about that group, Moms for Liberty.
Can you sing one verse a cappella? I loved it when an artist just.
Kids should learn, so there's books we ban and books we burn. We make it dangerous to read them. That's our special brand of freedom. There you go. Yeah.
Okay, we'll be right back with John Byrd. The people are speaking, and they're saying, I don't know what woo means. What do you think woo means, John? When you play a gig, John Byrd, who's on our show now.
Yes.
Byrd.
When you play a gig, do you prefer, does a woo mean anything? Like, is there something that you look for in an audience that tells, like my thing is, if a gay man is checking my clothes out, that's good. And if a black man's tapping his feet, that's really good. Other than that, I don't care.
Well, here's my issue is that especially when I'm making music, creating music, I don't care what people think.
Wow.
I never care what people think.
How about on stage?
On stage, I don't care what people think, except when somebody after a show comes up and says, hey, you know that one song? I love that song. I'm like, wow, thank you. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that registered with you? I don't expect it. All my stuff is so personal and is everything I do is such an emotional snapshot. I don't expect anybody. All I can say is like the blues or zippity doo dah. The blues, at least when somebody comes and sees me and they hear me singing some terrible, pitiful song, they go, "Wow, I thought I had it bad." They feel better.
Yeah,
I like that. You know, that's okay.
We show up for the pitiful songs. The more pitiful, the better.
Oh, that's interesting.
And everybody's got their favorite, you know.
Yeah. Let's write that song. Like let's try to write the bluesiest, saddest song of all time.
So the chorus will be more pitiful. More pitiful.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean,
how about if we say, like, if there's anybody more pitiful than me, well, hell, I'll stand up. That's someone I'd like to see.
Bingo. So it's half written.
I wrote a song called
half done.
I wrote a song called Fire Escape, and my inspiration was if Bob Dylan and Prince wrote a song together. And it starts with I'm trapped.
Is this a We Are the World moment?
No, no. That's a We Aren't the World.
Yeah,
Prince and Bob Dylan.
I do hear that documentary's good, by the way.
Yeah,
it's good. Yeah, I mean,
But the fire escape. So
I'm trapped.
Emphasis on fire, emphasis on escape.
Well, because it has a little of the Prince sexy thing with it. So it's I'm trapped in a burning building.
And it's hot, hot, hot.
Trying to write this song. So the person has an acoustic guitar and the building's on fire. And they have to write a song quick enough that they can write it before they go up in flames.
So this is happening on Music Row.
It should be.
Yeah.
It should be. I tried the Music Row
Somebody's
thing.
getting coffee.
Yeah.
And yeah, okay.
I was on Music Row in a songwriting session, and the guy went.
I'm sorry.
He went, you big fan of David Bowie, huh? And I was like,
I love his knives.
I've got a Bowie knife.
No, you know what he said? He was certain, and I had to like not do the thing where I point out that someone's wrong. Not that I'm not wrong a million times, but if you're going to talk about David Bowie, I'm not.
It's David Bowie.
Yeah, thank you. At least start with that. But he was 100,000% positive that this was like a big songwriter guy that what's that song? Sitting on the Ritz. Well, putting on the Ritz.
Yeah.
In the 80s, which
yeah.
was performed by One Hit Wonder.
Oh, somebody did a
Taco.
disco version of
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
The guy's name was Taco. And he's like, no, that's David Bowie. And I'm like, it's not David Bowie, my friend. I even pronounced it the same way. But go ahead, you were
Didn't
saying.
the singing frog do that one too?
There
was a singing frog.
Enough about you, John. We're
I was thinking about. I have
Gina's
a friend.
off topic.
I have a friend who writes on. I have a couple of friends who write on Music Row and successfully, and I envy them. I envy their temperament because they can walk in a room and they'll have an idea for a melody, an idea for the words, you know, and they'll present it, and then the person will go, then we'll go this and this, and you go, no, that's not really what I was thinking. On the third attempt, he'll just go, okay, we're gonna write a shitty song today. Cool.
Somebody has
to. But I don't have that temperament. I have I will die on that little mound. I'm like, no,
you're not a co-writing.
It's not if, it's and.
It's like steering a car.
I don't have that temperament.
Not everybody's cut out for the co-writes, John.
Oh no, that's why my friends either send me an email or slide it under my door. That's what most. That's just true.
Can you slide an email under a door?
No, but you print it out and then you slide it under the door.
Wait, you don't print out Google Maps, do you? By any chance?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't.
Gina, you were going to ask him a question.
Oh, no, I was just going to mention your new album. You have a new album.
I have a new album, All Your Mistakes.
And it's a little different for you. It's got some strings on it.
It has string arrangements.
And when you first sent me that first song, Golden Colorado, you were almost apologetic about the strings. The strings are beautiful.
Well, they're sappy and, pitiful.
They're perfect for pitiful songs.
So the song is called, the album's called what again?
All Your Mistakes.
And you're going to, so it's about me. Okay. And you're going to do what's
and me.
Yeah. Should be all our mistakes.
You know, the thing is that I want it to be accusatory. I wanted it to be... No, my daughter.
Like my mother, I call her Instagram because no phone.
My daughter was concerned. I said, Sarah, we are all the sum total of our mistakes. You know, here we are. This is us. Every mistake we ever made, here we sit. And so it's not, I don't think of it as a negative thing at all. I think of it as like we're people.
It's all our mistakes that brought me here. We wouldn't all be in this room together if we hadn't screwed up a million things.
So it's your fault.
Think about it.
So we're gonna. Oh, okay. Interesting. Wow, that's
I'll take the credit or the blame.
Right.
And so
and that's your life.
You're gonna do a song, and we're gonna and also in the show is in memory of Mojo Nixon.
It is.
It is now.
Oh, it is.
And who died on the Outlaw Cruise. That seems like kind of the way to go.
Well, I like the way Dave Olney checked out, you know.
In the middle of his song.
I don't think there's any good way to check out. I like living. Yeah. I want to keep living.
Yeah.
I'm a pro-living person.
You see.
But I mean, there's worse ways. How about that?
Yeah.
There are definitely worse
ways. I'll tell you a worse way. I got confused with the triptych, you know, it tells you where you're going, and I thought I signed up for the Outlaw Cruise, and I wound up on the In-Law Cruise.
Ooh. Now that is
horrible. I wish someone died on that cruise. All right. Thank you so much. Let's check out John Byrd.
Okay, live from Little Hollywood, episode 8 with John Byrd.
What I wouldn't give for just one night in Miss Kitty's place, dancing closer with my best girl, cheek to cheek and face to face. Friday nights when the band gets loosened up, well, I'll cut us a rug. Go out to my old truck for some stronger stuff. Come back inside and dance the night away in Miss Kitty's place. She helps me out when I've had enough, and I shouldn't stay. That's when I tell her I'm sorry. She knows I get excited on the days I get paid. You know that I've been turned around a time or two in this town, but I love to hear the music thump and watch the people sway in Miss Kitty's place. I took a drive-by just last week to Miss Kitty's place. Of course there was nothing left, just a level lot and empty space. I know that things can change and everybody's happy about moving up and on. Was it all in my mind that folks of all kinds got along back in those times? In Miss Kitty's place. What I wouldn't give for just one night